Hello, I am Andrea Sánchez Angulo from Workforce Social, a pro bono intermediary in Spain, and my colleague Maria Sonia Arenas and I, we are going to talk to you in this video about the project scoping of a campus pro bono project. I hope you enjoy it. In brief, the scope of any project is the framework that gives it shape and aligns all major milestones. It provides logic and sense to every single step that needs to be followed within the project, which includes planification, execution, and evaluation. So in this chapter, you are going to learn how to understand the needs and goals that the university wants to achieve with a campus pro bono project, who will be involved in the execution of this kind of projects in your university, what kind of campus pro bono project is the most suitable for your university, what are the key activities in a campus pro bono project, and finally, what are the challenges involved in a campus pro bono project. So as a starting point, why does a university want to run a campus pro bono project? And what are the needs and goals of the university? So before starting a campus pro bono project, we recommend the university to invest some time in thinking about what are their main interests in running this kind of projects. In this sense, are these interests related to social impact? Is it because they want to involve their students in more civic engagement actions and to have a real impact in their communities? Or is it because they want to communicate these activities externally and to gain reputation for social responsibility? Or is it because the university wants to offer their students more real cases practices to complement their theoretical knowledge through pro bono? On the other hand, what kind of skills does the university want to mobilize? Does the university want to mobilize students from more social backgrounds or from more technical ones? Regarding the duration, does the university want to implement long-term projects or more one-day events? And finally, regarding sustainability, does the university want to scale up this kind of project to the coming years? So depending on the answers that the university would provide to these questions, the duration, the key performance indicators, and the goals will be very different. So we recommend you to write down all the answers to these questions and to keep them in mind throughout the whole project to avoid any unexpected deviation.
Now I'm going to talk about the key activities in a campus pro bono project. First of all, it is important to set up a team. A pro bono project needs key professionals to plan and manage it. In order to have a well-managed pro bono project, we recommend having a core team that organizes and manages all the process and follow all the steps in order to guarantee the success of the project. In this sense, a dedicated coordinator is essential. This person will be in charge of leading the pro bono project, and to succeed in this role, this professional will need support internally and externally. In case you are not able to organize a pro bono project with an internal team, you can always hire a pro bono intermediary. Pro bono intermediaries can be the right partners to carry out your first pro bono projects. They have the know-how to correctly implement this kind of projects, and you can look for pro bono intermediaries in your country. Once you have the team, the next step should be determine the budget and get the resources to run a pro bono project. And after this, you can do the selection of the non-profit. And this step is very important because we have to understand what are the resources that the university can offer to the non-profits. For example, if a university can offer tech profiles or more business or marketing profiles. It depends on the faculties the university has and what the areas of specialization are. The next step is to select a non-profit. It is important to understand which are the resources that a university can offer to non-profits. For example, if a university can offer more business and marketing profiles or tech profiles, it depends on the faculty the university has and what areas of specialization are. Once we have the non-profit, we have to elaborate the diagnosis document and the work plan on which volunteers will work. After this, or in parallel, we can do the recruiting of student volunteers and mentors and establish partnerships with enterprises, enterprise association, and other key stakeholders. Well, once we have the volunteers, we have to train them, and it can be done in one session, virtual or face-to-face. The goal is that volunteers understand what pro bono is, what pro bono rules are, what challenge they are going to face, no matter if it's a short, medium, or long-term pro bono project. Also, we have to organize the events and or pro bono sessions, and it will depend of the length of the pro bono project. But this is very important because there we have many logistics work to do. And finally, well, there are some communication tasks, and as I mentioned, some logistics that you have to take into consideration. And at the end of the pro bono project, we will evaluate it. So these are the activities that you have to carry out if you want to implement a pro bono project.
So the next question is, what kind of a campus pro bono project is the most suitable for your university? In the framework of the PC pro bono project, we recommend you to implement 3 kinds of campus pro bono projects. These projects have been implemented in 5 universities from 5 different countries in Europe and have proved to be suitable for the university framework. We have differentiated them regarding their length: short, medium, and long-term campus pro bono project. The short-term campus pro bono project consists of a half-day event where corporate mentors, students, volunteers, and the non-profit coordinators come together to work for the identified need of the non-profit. Volunteers, students, and mentors have the right skills to respond to that need. All the work done is compiled in a deliverable document that will be sent days after the meeting. The medium-term campus pro bono project shares the same dynamic as the short-term, but instead of working together for a half day, the volunteers and the non-profit coordinators come together to work for a whole day. The reason for that is because the identified challenge is larger and it needs more time to be tackled. Both projects are perfect for those universities that have not experienced in this kind of projects, and also for those universities that have some difficulties in engaging their students in longer projects. And finally, the long-term campus pro bono project consists of a project of several weeks of duration where volunteers and non-profit coordinators work together in the meetings and also in between meetings. The identified need is larger, and so it is the commitment of the participants. This kind of project is perfect for those universities that already have a background in social activities for their students and have more experience in the coordination of these kinds of projects. However, we need to highlight that the project management involves in this kind of project is higher than in the short and medium-term campus pro bono project. Finally, due to the COVID-19 situation, all these three kinds of projects have been implemented also virtually. The experience is also very enriching, so if you want to try, you just need to have the proper platform and also to have good facilitation techniques to encourage the participation of the volunteers behind their screens.
Well, we are coming to the end of this part of the online course, and I'm going to talk briefly about the challenges of scoping a pro bono project. First of all, be clear with the nonprofit about what the university expects from the pro bono project. Think about the calendar of the university curricula, like exams, internships, etc. Also, find creative ways to do the recruiting and keep the students motivated during the pro bono project. We don't want them to quit. And finally, assure the resources and partnerships for the pro bono project. Well, I'm going to read the self-checked questions. I'm going to invite you to answer these questions in order to know that if you understood this part of the online course. The first one is, why is it important to understand the needs of a university before starting a campus pro bono project? The second, what are the key activities in the scope of a campus pro bono project? And the third one, what kind of a campus pro bono project is better if your university does not have experience in pro bono? Well, as a conclusions, after this chapter, we expect you to know the tools and the actors involved in organizing and implementing a pro bono project, how to choose the right methodologies for a pro bono project aligned with the needs and goals of a university wishes to achieve, and other elements to consider for the scope of the pro bono project. Coming next, selection of the NPO. Thank you.